friends! I'm so happy you're here today. Did you have fun watching our adventure? If you liked it, don't forget to hit that big thumbs up. And guess what? You can join our magic family by clicking
In the lively kingdom of Rodanzia, everyone worked with joy and pride. The people were honest, the rulers kind, and life was full of purpose. From the farmers in the fields to the merchants in the bustling town square, each person contributed to the kingdom's prosperity, finding fulfillment in their daily tasks. The streets hummed with a cheerful energy, and the castle stood as a symbol of their collective effort, a beacon of strength and unity. But one person didn't share this spirit: Princess Alora, the youngest royal. She loved resting more than ruling. While the kingdom awoke with the sun, Alora's day began long after noon. She would lie lazily on her silk-covered bed, a gentle smile on her face as the sunbeams danced across the room. Her maid would often enter, her voice soft but firm. "Your Highness, the sun has been shining for hours." Alora would simply stretch and reply, "Then someone should tell it to rest too." To her, the greatest luxury was not her title or her jewels, but the freedom to do nothing at all. The king and queen grew worried. They watched their daughter with heavy hearts, their conversations often turning to her future. A princess must learn to lead, to understand the needs of her people, and to carry the weight of the crown with grace and responsibility. But whenever they tried to discuss her duties, Alora would only smile her charming, disarming smile and say, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow, however, never seemed to arrive. Her tomorrows were just an endless chain of lazy yesterdays, and the royal couple feared for the future of their kingdom. One day, as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the castle grounds, a mysterious traveler arrived at the gates. It was an old woman, her face etched with the wisdom of a long life, wrapped in a dark, simple cloak. She carried a basket filled with the most peculiar fruit, apples that shimmered with a silvery, ethereal light. Word of her arrival spread quickly through the castle, whispering of apples that could reveal a person's true purpose. Intrigued by the gossip, Alora summoned the woman to her chambers, more out of boredom than genuine interest. The old woman entered, her gaze steady and knowing. She looked at the princess lounging on her cushions and offered her one of the glowing apples. The fruit pulsed with a soft, inviting light, almost as if it had a life of its own. "Eat this," the old woman said, her voice a low, raspy whisper, "and your life will change if you truly wish it." Alora laughed, amused by the strange proposition. What could a simple apple do? With a shrug of indifference, she took a bite. The taste was crisp and sweet, but then a strange feeling washed over her. The room began to spin, the colors blurring into a vortex of light and shadow, and the world went dark. When she opened her eyes, Alora was no longer in her castle. The silk sheets and golden canopy were gone. She lay on a straw mattress in a small, simple room. Looking down, she saw she was wearing rough peasant clothes instead of her fine gowns. Confused and frightened, she stumbled outside into a modest village. The people there were busy, but they looked at her with indifference. No one recognized her as the princess. For the first time in her life, she was just another face in the crowd. She had to live like everyone else. The days that followed were the hardest of her life. For the first time, she had to work for her meals. She struggled to cook over an open fire, her hands clumsy and unused to labor. She learned to carry heavy buckets of water from the village well, her muscles aching with the effort. She swept floors, mended clothes, and helped in the fields under the hot sun. It was grueling, exhausting work, but with each passing day, it made her stronger. She discovered a resilience within herself she never knew existed. As her body grew stronger, her heart began to soften. She learned kindness, patience, and the joy of helping others. She found herself comforting a crying child who had scraped his knee, sharing her meager portion of bread with an elderly woman, and offering a genuine smile to the villagers she passed. These small acts of compassion filled her with a warmth that no royal luxury had ever provided. She was no longer just working to survive. She was becoming part of a community, connected to others through shared struggles and simple kindness. One evening, as she sat watching the sunset, the same old woman appeared before her, a wise smile on her face. She looked at Alora's calloused hands and the new light in her eyes. "You've learnt what a crown alone cannot give," the traveler said gently. "You've found the worth of work and the strength of a compassionate heart." Alora looked at the woman. Her heart filled with gratitude. She finally understood. In that moment, a magical glow surrounded her, warm and bright, and in a flash, she was back in her castle. Standing in her royal chambers, wearing her fine clothes once again. She was home, but something inside her had changed forever. The world looked different, vibrant, and full of purpose. The next morning, Alora rose with the sun, not out of duty, but with a newfound energy. She went down to the kitchens and helped the servants prepare breakfast. She visited the village not as a distant princess, but as a friend, listening to the people's concerns and offering her help. She became known not just as Princess Alora, but as Alora the Wise. From that day on, Princess Alora never forgot her lesson. She understood that a true ruler doesn't just wear a crown. They carry the hearts of their people. She spent her days working alongside them, finding joy in service and strength in community. You could often find her in the royal garden at sunset, helping children plant flowers, her laughter echoing through the air. She had learned that a true princess doesn't shine because of her crown but because of her heart. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales that touch the heart.